Well, hello again.
Hi.
How's it going?
Hi. It's going. How's it going with you?
Good, good. I'm on the blue velvet couch.
How is it? Is it super comfy? Oh, I
It's
better shut
great.
the door here.
Yeah, comfy and
See,
stylish.
good call. Sorry, I have to shut this door. My husband has his first Zoom call ever at the same time.
First ever. How do you get to
Yeah,
this point with this being your first ever Zoom call?
he doesn't take meetings, so
Well,
yeah. Okay.
I don't want to take a ton of your time. I want to dig into what you posted about a little bit. So, just for those who didn't see the post or don't know what we're talking about, what was your goal?
I really wanted to. My goal was to get to 5 days a week. I kind of worked my way up from 3 days, then to 4 days. So I was aiming for five, but my thought process was like, okay, well, if life gets in the way or things don't happen, if I only get to four, like that's great too, because four is better than nothing, and if that doesn't happen, then three, and three is better than nothing, and so on. But I think like 2 months in, I started noticing. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting like all these fives, and I was like,
This is
then
what
I
we're
was on a
talking
roll.
about right here.
Yeah.
That if we can kind of get there, so it's fives or better all the way across when we look at your profile for the last
How
16
many is
17
it?
weeks.
16
So it's
weeks?
it's yeah, it's a bunch. I
Yay.
mean, it's hard to kind of keep track as you're going line by line by line, but I think
Hmm.
we're looking at about 4 months. Yeah.
Yeah, and I even came in the odd Saturday, so there's like a six in there. So that was just like an extra.
So that was the goal. And like, first off, like I love that. I love the process goal, right? Because you're in control
Hmm.
of that each day. It's like, if you set the goal to who knows what, to like, we were talking about this last night with some of the coaches, to get a pull up or to lose 50 pounds. That's like, those are things that are eventually going to happen. They're kind of like lagging
Hmm.
things, that you lagging metrics, but this one, like, you're in control of it every day. Now, so you've done it, and I asked you, like, what's next,
Yay.
right?
Mhm.
So what's I want to dig into the other thing too, but what's next?
I mean, okay, I don't want to get like too ahead of myself. And I also know that like obviously this 5 day streak is not going to last forever. And at some point life is going to get in the way and I'm not going to be able to come and I'm going to be probably like pretty bummed about it. But my goal is to still, as much as I can, try to stick with the five. I mean, I feel too like I'm not coming in and when I'm not feeling like 100%. If that was the case, I would obviously like take a rest day, but
Right.
I always just think come in and, like you always say, just show up. And if you have to scale it, then scale it. But I mean, I always feel better afterwards. And it's like a great start to my day. I'm so glad that we brought back the 9 a.m. Zoom because I found at first there was
Yeah.
only 12 and I was missing the 9 a.m. It's a good start to my day and I thrive on routine. So I need to get in there.
So when you look back, like, maybe not exactly a year, because I know you just had your second child, about a year ago, almost exactly.
Yeah.
If we look at like May, June, even that was in the pandemic, or any, I mean, look back
Mhm.
at any months, like, because you have not been this consistent before.
No,
Would it have felt like, does it feel hard to do 5 days a week now?
no, it's actually like I don't want to like get ahead of myself, but like it's actually like super easy now. And I feel like now that it's really part of my routine, like the last couple, I usually don't come on Saturdays because of my family, but the last couple Saturdays, I found myself like missing it. And like my attitude just like throughout the day is not the same. And it's really like made an impact on my like day to day life, even like after the fact.
Okay, like, how so?
Just like my mood is better. I'm more energetic. I feel I don't want to like eat like as much like takeout or junk food as much. Like I notice that it affects how I'm feeling and how I perform like the following day. And I feel too like if I put so much work already in today, kind of keep it going.
Yeah, oh, I know all
Yeah.
about it. Um,
Yeah. So it just kind of like just the rest, right? I mean, I got this Apple Watch, so I've got a couple of like friends on there. So we're having like some step competition.
yeah,
And just to keep me busy throughout the day because like it could be really easy to just like turn on the TV and like the whole day just fly away. I mean, we're all in
right.
lockdown, so I really don't want that to happen. So by getting like a good start to my day, it just kind of keeps the ball rolling throughout the day.
Okay. I don't know how far into this answer we are, but you
Mhm.
said I wanted to see what would happen if I did do it, meaning get, all fives across. And you said, spoiler, lots.
Yeah.
So what's happened?
I feel like I'm more energetic. I feel more confident about like my body. Like you said, my son just turned 1, and the way I felt when my other son turned 1 to now is like night and day difference. I mean, I'm not like gonna prance around in a bikini or anything, but like
You
I
probably
feel
could.
stronger. I mean, maybe, but I mean, I feel stronger, and I just feel like a totally different person, and it's rubbing off on my kids too. I don't know if you've noticed, like Jack coming in at the end of like a Zoom. He wants to work out, and like even my little library, he calls it now. He's like, "Oh, that's mommy's workout room." So I mean, like it's funny to see how it's kind of paying off. And I hear him all the time. He's like, "Look at me and my big strong muscles, just like mom."
That's so awesome. That's so awesome.
But
Um,
yeah, I'm dying though to get it on like an in-body scan when we get back. To
yeah,
see to
yeah,
like physically to really see the results that way.
yeah.
I mean, it's kind of hard too because I'm not wearing my jeans every day, but I mean, my clothes aren't fitting the same as they used to. You know, I really notice the difference and all that ways as well.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm coaching you several days a week, and like you're putting out, you're fast, like and it's not, like
I have been getting a lot faster.
yeah, and I mean, there's layers to that. It's like, cool, okay, I beat, I,
Mhm.
I'm I'm a better CrossFitter. I'm faster. I'm going to be able to do a pull up. My skills are improving. But under all of that, like it's your work capacity, your ability to do work. So like that has carryover so much outside of workouts, and then the deeper layer where it's like it's actually like means everything is like you're probably pretty healthy too.
I
You know
mean,
what
I
I
hope
mean? Like,
so. I have noticed too. I was thinking the other day, like I'm not compared to maybe like a year ago. I'm not taking as many water breaks. I've noticed, which before that was like a big thing for me. If we had like a 10-minute AMRAP, I was like, guzzling the water. But now, I mean,
yeah,
I'll go through a whole workout and I don't need it, which is a big thing for me.
yeah, I mean, I've seen that over the years. It's almost like a little safety net. Like,
Hmm.
when the workout gets hard, like your heart rate's up around 170, 180, like, oh, I'm not going to be okay. And you just have to like stop and take a break. Whereas like, there are limits to human physiology, of course, but like just work through it. Like you'll be
Yeah,
okay,
like
get comfortable being uncomfortable.
exactly. Yeah.
So what's like, you've got all this momentum, it's obviously about like kind of maintaining it, and like, if you have it, if you look at your thing and it says for 1 week, like it's not like, it's not,
I mean, I'm
that's
gonna die a little inside, but then I'm just
right,
gonna keep going, right? I mean,
right. I know exactly what you're talking about because I've been using that Streaks app, and
yeah,
today I clicked my 50th day on my bike in a row. Like I know exactly, like
yeah,
we're kind of paralleling here.
yeah.
And there's like, I feel like I should probably write a blog about, I've been on my bike 50 days in a row. Here's what's happened. Um, but I don't, I know that this isn't going to be like, perpetual on forever. Um, but I would imagine it's the same. Like when I said, does it feel hard to do 5 days now? Like I don't even think about
No.
riding my, I just, it just fits into my day. I just kind of plan for it, and I don't have it blocked into the schedule, but like I look at other blocks, and if I'm like, I have an hour, I'm like, okay, I'll get on now. And if I have something where I have to kind of be presentable the next hour, then maybe I'll ride half an hour and have a shower afterward, and just get on with it. But um, no, that's really cool. Like I think you've when you've done it, especially for this long, I think you've crossed a threshold where your lifestyle has changed.
Yeah, it's kind of like it's become like a habit almost now, and it's something like I second like I think there was actually one day when the lockdown first started, my kids are still going to daycare, and I dropped them off and I went to the gym. And so I was like, not today. Um, but I think it's just part of like it's a habit now, and it's just something that I do every day. I mean, I'm enjoying it. And but I think too, with the lockdown thing, like it's nice to come on and see someone else and have like a different conversation other than like the one I'm having at my house. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, we're all so bored and lonely that it's nice to have something to kind of look forward to and a different person to see every day. You know, I love seeing you and Lacey every day. Like, it's
Even
nice
if
to
they're,
see a friend. I mean, and the thing
hopefully
too is, you know,
we're
I hate
interesting
being
enough.
alone, but like even, you know, it's nice when I come in and I am the only person signed up that you don't make me feel like I'm alone, which is great because
No,
I
not
mean,
at all.
I think old me would have been like, ugh, like this is awkward. I'm the only person here. Like, what a loser. Maybe you should stop coming. But I just was like, well, if they don't want me, then they should just stop showing up.
Yeah, it's not like that at all. And it's funny because actually Lace is making fun of me about that. Like, so we've got that crew of volleyball girls that have come on, right? The four of them, and there was one day that I can't remember what workout it was, but it was me and Arisa, and I've had her in a couple of groups, but like I haven't really like I'm like okay, I'm on Zoom and with this girl for probably 45 minutes, and like it's not like it's there's nothing weird about it. Like it's funny because Lace was like I was in the gym over here and she was kind of like she's just walking by and she afterwards she's like you're so intense. I was like, well, I have 45 minutes with this girl. I have more time to like get into her mindset and more time to like look at her movement, and like I'm going to use that 45 minutes to do everything I can with her. I think I have more opportunity.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way I looked at it. I was like, well, look who's getting a free personal training session today. Like, no one
In a
else shows
way,
up. I guess
right?
all
Yeah.
your attention is going to be on me. So, I mean, just kind of different mindset, as Stephanie
Yeah.
would say. Just look at it instead of being
Yeah.
like, I'm a lonely loser. It's like, look at me one on one.
Yeah, I mean, there's also something, there's something to be said for, in a group environment, part of it is like energy, right? Like you just, whether it's you click, like come into the Zoom room or you walk through the doors in the gym, it's just like energy. It's, more people. It's, there's something to that for sure. But yeah,
Yeah, and I
there's
think
the
that's
other
like
side of it.
half the fun, at least for me, is the energy from the other people and cheering each other on and all of that, right?
So I didn't tell you I was going to ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
You're gonna have to put on like you're gonna have
Dun
to
dun dun.
drop some wisdom on us.
Oh, on
So
the spot.
you've done this. What would your advice be to someone who's kind of struggling to cross that threshold and not not make it a priority?
Just get started. Just show up, get started. Even if you have to scale it back like all of the way, just get started and get up tomorrow and do it again. And just continue. I found that once I think it was like after like 3 days, I was like, well, look at me. I've got like almost a perfect week. And I think that the kind of the mindset that way. But I mean, as long as you're making the effort every day, I feel like, you know, you're gonna get far. Um, it doesn't have to be 5 days. I mean, I started 3 days. I did the baby program with Ashley, so I started, you know, 3 days and some walking, and I didn't want to like dive into the deep end, so to speak. But I feel like you've always said like just show up, and I feel like that was the big thing. Like just show up, even if you're alone, even if you know you don't really feel like being there today. Just show up, and you never really regret it.
No.
Hmm.
There's something to it. I don't just say it just to say it. I know what's on the other side of it. And I guess to that effect, like we're talking about 5 days a week or 6 and 7 sometimes.
Which is kind of
That
crazy.
it's well, it's not. I mean, but it's progressive, right? You go
Hmm.
to that, and you even just spoke to that. You go to 5 from 3 for a while. You don't. This isn't about you know all in, and like I guarantee no one's like, oh, Krystal, all she cares about is fitness now. It's like, no, it's just that's that
Look at
segmented
me.
part of your day, right?
Hmm.
um yeah, so there's it's maybe making the commitment to 3, and like no matter what, don't miss your 3 type thing. But yeah, no, I that's good. That's sage advice.
Yeah, and like you, I have my little planner. Oh, can we see it? My little planner, and I like CrossFit 9 a.m. every day. That's the only really thing I have going
Yeah.
on right now, but it's in my schedule, so like it's happening.
Yeah. Well, now we can make fun of you a little bit.
Well,
You have a rough draft and then a good copy, and it's all highlighted
there you
and
go. I gotta
color-coded.
check my handwriting.
Oh, it's too messy. I'll flip the page.
But I feel like
Awesome.
it's, you know, when you're scheduling time for yourself, that's the most important thing.
Yes, absolutely. Okay. Well, I hope people get something out of this. Like I like when someone's having success. I like to kind of, you know, show it off as an example. It's like, hey, here's an example. Follow this. But just digging into the mindset a little bit too, and just hearing the words straight from you.
Yeah.
So thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. Thank you.
All right.
See
We'll
you
see
on
you.
Monday. Oh no, Saturday. I'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah,
Day 6.
I know. I'll see you on Zoom. All right.
Okay,
Bye,
bye.
Krystal.
Bye.